woke up this morning with Indians on Twitter crying about racism and abuse and threatening to improve the platform by boycotting it. Honestly, less activists on a platform is actually a good thing. I come from a time when the internet was about cat photos and memes. And to hear people screaming about racism, threatening that they're going to be off the platform, goodness gracious, stop threatening me with a good time. But anyway, I wanted to know how did it come to this? How is Twitter racist, especially when Elon Musk himself weighed in on the whole immigration debate on the side of India. Like, he cracked down on Indian racism, but I guess he was a secret racist all the time. He was playing 4D chess levels of racism. Well, the reality is that the activists are saying banning India from payment is collective punishment. And collective punishment is unfair. That's pretty much what they're trying to express while using social justice jargon. And they're absolutely correct. Collective punishment is unfair. But you know what else is unfair? When you see someone gaming the system and you're not bothered by it, like you're not calling it out because the people on your side that you're cheering for are benefiting from it. And so people in the West have noticed this trend. Like, there is something unfair and immoral going, and the people that are benefiting from it are very quiet, they're very happy, they're justifying it. And then when the fix comes in, when the system reorganizes itself to remove the unfairness, that's when you start complaining. That's when you cry racism and all the other stuff. And the people have noticed this pattern way too many times to the point where they're like, oh, well, if you want to complain, go for it. Like, we're not going to stop you. But at the same time, we can't empathize because we see what's happening. So the question is, what exactly was it happening? Well, the way Twitter decided to reward content creators, the way the system was supposed to work, is to incentivize people who post on Twitter by receiving financial compensation for their tweets. So the idea was to convince content creators to move away from platforms like YouTube, to move away from platforms like Twitch, and to start posting on Twitter a little bit more. And what ends up happening is that we now see two types of accounts. We see scammers and we see spammers. People who are trying to rig the system in order to benefit from it. So how exactly was the system being gamed? Well, first off was a lot of low-tier content. Like, someone would make an AI video of a plane exploding, and they would ask the question, what would you do if you were there? Or they would show an AI video of an astronaut on the moon and all of a sudden the Earth explodes. Like, what would you do if you were there? I'm pretty sure most of you have seen these videos. And the whole purpose is for you to engage with them. It's for you to click on them, do a response. Because apparently that's what humans do. When they're asked a question, they're more likely to engage than if they just see something. And the content is really low tier. There's no effort behind it. You just go to an AI, you type, show me an astronaut on the moon while the Earth explodes. And then you put the content and you make a lot of money. And, while this type of content, I wouldn't say is necessarily against the rules. It's against the spirit of why the system was created. The system was created in order for people to actually try and make something interesting. It's not just for this low-tier effort spam. But still, even this, I would say, should be allowed because, well, the advertiser is still happy, right? At the end of the day, people still click the link. They still get to see the advertisement. It's still working. However, the other thing, I would definitely call it a scam. The other thing that happened is people realize that the way you get paid is to get engagement with blue check marks. Because the system verifies that the check mark is not a bot. The system verifies that it's an actual person. And so by engaging with blue check marks is how you actually make money on Twitter. So if you get a group of people, like you talk to each other, and you get like 60 blue check marks that constantly retweet and like their own stuff, well, all of a sudden you make a lot of money. You can make $500, $600 on Twitter just by not doing very much. And so the question is like, why is India doing it more than other places? And the answer is, well, because the value of a dollar in India is different than the value of a dollar in other places like the European Union or the United States. A mansion, a villa in India can cost even $60,000. And so if you happen to make like $500 a month, well, that's really good business, especially if you do it on Twitter with very little effort, which incentivizes like more and more people from that country to partake into this business. So it's not really like about racism. It's simply like the economics of the issue and the fact that if I was in India, I would probably do it as well. Like, let's be honest, you probably would do it. If you are an 18-year-old guy and you find out, okay, you can go on Twitter, you get a blue check mark, and all you have to do is to retweet some shit. And you're making money. Like, it's not a scam. It's not illegal. You know, you can argue about the morality while you're counting your $500, but like at the end of the day, it's human nature. It's basically the way it incentivizes it, but you shouldn't be surprised when the system realizes, okay, well, this is not working as intended, so like we need to crack down on it because otherwise we're losing money. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't benefit from it if you're from India, but like you shouldn't be surprised, you shouldn't be shocked when eventually the gravy train goes away. Because it was not meant to be there. It's not sustainable. Like Twitter as a company cannot do this. The advertisers do not get anything if they know that there are a group of people that just retweet stuff amongst each other. They don't care about the advertisements. They don't care about anything. They just care about making money. And so like Twitter isn't getting people from YouTube. It's not getting people from Twitch in order to come to the platform and create. Because by doing this, the money pool dries up. There are actual content creators that actually do create stuff specifically for Twitter, and they have noticed a huge decline in their revenue. Like they used to make $1,000 per month, and now they're making $200. Despite the fact that they're getting more impressions, despite the fact that they're getting more clicks, despite the fact that they're getting more views, the money is drying up. And so Twitter has to step in, not because it's racist, because again, like Elon Musk himself has sided with India when it comes to H-1B visas and when it comes to other topics. Like, he's not a racist person. But, like, what else can you expect him to do when the situation is that bad? And usually what companies do when situations go like this, like, first it's a blank ban. They use the ban hammer to stop it. And then they start tinkering with the system to find out ways in order to prevent this from happening. And this is pretty much like what we're going to see here. Like, and I don't think like India is going to be banned from Twitter payments indefinitely. I think like, no, first they stop the issue altogether so they stop losing money. Then they will probably get a focus group, a team of people that are going to look at what's happening, how are they making this into a scam, how are they able to find ways around it. And it's a difficult process, you know, like they're going to have a very difficult time. Probably some of the team are going to be Indians as well, if you're thinking about throwing the racist accusation on Elon Musk. But they're probably going to figure out a way so that at least the people from India that genuinely want to make good content, that genuinely want to put an effort and use the system as it's intended so that they can still get paid. And if you are one of those people, well, you're actually going to get paid a lot more than you are now, because the people that are gaming the system are making you lose money. And so I give it like 2 or 3 more months before India is going to be really allowed in the payment processor. And I do think like this whole idea of, you know, getting a bunch of friends with blue check marks where you start retweeting each other's stuff is not going to work anymore. But I'm also sure that the financial incentive is there to game the system, so we're probably going to notice something else appearing. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.